Hi, I'm Emma. I specialise in aqua roleplay, so it's lots of role playing in the water to help engage children into learning things that they need to learn in the pool. So today the theme we're using is bees. We're doing bee week. This is Queen Bee, and the basic thing is we're going to get them in, sing your normal welcome, routine's really good for kids, teach them what moves we're going to do. So we always start with, like, you know, when we're in the pool, we paddle, 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 things like that, and really make sure they're doing it. Just make sure they're not just doing this. They've got to feel that pull back, and then make them the connection there that pull back is going to move them forward. Help them get straight legs, help them put their faces in, maybe tick their ears, wash their hair, get them all ready for what's to come. And then we're going to let them know what we're doing. So in the bee theme, the general gist is, I mean, you can change it up depending on the age. You know, you can either, don't like to use the word dumb it down, but kind of dumb it down or build it up. So we've got some hexagonal pieces today. All the, I've got links to all the equipment in my description if you are interested in any of this stuff. So these are really good. The hexagonal, like the beehive, and they all connect together, so you can make a big web of it. So we're going to collect in the hive. We're then going to make a point of pointing out the queen and how we've got to look after the queen in the hive, because at the end of the day we may as well educate them a little bit about bees while we're here. They might want to give the queen a bit of a wash when they go past, they might want to give her a little bit of a drink, but they want to keep the queen happy. The queen needs to be happy, needs to be well looked after. So maybe they could bow to the queen by putting their face in and bowing, or they could curtsy and go in the water. Whenever they go past the queen. We're going to get in pollen. I'm using ping pong balls today, nice coloured, brightly coloured ones. You could use any kind of balls, you could use anything. I have before had dried flowers in the pool. They could collect in the dried flowers instead, if you can get hold of some of them. So, build the hive, pay homage to the queen, collect in the pollen, and then we're going to mix up some honey. So we're going to get them to turn around to mix up the honey. At the end of that, they're going to lay down and go to bed and do some floating. So going back to the start, if you want to make it more complicated, we could get them to bring the hive back on their backs with it over their knees, stop their knees going up and down. We could get them to hold it here. They're really nice and mouldable. They're actually really good swimming aids to give just enough buoyancy for a swimmer who's transitioning from being able to swim kind of like half a width unaided to a full width unaided. It just gives them that little bit more comfort. They could even have a reach up with these, have a little go at stretching out their arms up to the sky. Collecting in the pollen, there's different things you can do for this as well. You could get them to blow the pollen back. You could get them just to reach out with their arms and get them. You could even get them swimming on their backs, reaching up for the high up pollen and then putting it down into the pocket, into the water. You could get them on the side, you could get them jumping in and reaching up as they jump in to help them with that spring up. You could teach them how to land onto a flower, so they could jump into the water and they could nice and stretch out into it, spreading out the landing gear to land. So that's the hive, the queen, the pollen, and the mixed up with the honey again. You get them doing it out of the depth as well, mixing it up, a bit of treading water. After we've done all that, we get the kids together and we talk about what we've done. We said, oh, when you got the pollen, you did your long arms. Remember, you show me your long arms? We did our buzzy feet, so they were like a bee going buzz with your feet. We could get them to hum, like, you know, the noise of a hive is more get them to hum into the water. So yeah, talking about what we've done and how we did it, just to help get that into their heads. So we showed them at the start what to do, they then practiced it, and then we talk about it at the end, what we've done. After we've done that, we sing some songs. So there's a few songs, a couple of them have kind of changed the words to an existing song, because there isn't many songs about bees that I can think of. Maybe you can think of some and leave them in the comments, that'd be really good. So Ring a Ring of Roses, you know, it's about flowers in a way. And then there's the green speckled frog song, but we've changed the words to be about bees. If you look in the description, it'll have the song in there with the words in there. And then the green frog song, like, again, if you look in the description, the song's there, but I've changed the words again. So it's like buzz buzz went the bumblebee one day. So those are 3 songs you can sing at the end, and then we have our goodbye and we help the children out. So to do it so it's a bit more relaxed, the children who we don't want to overload them with everything that's going on, so like the babies or children who might have different needs to the children who would like doing that. We've got a sensory basket, and I find that the sensory basket just gives the children time just to think about what's going on, to think about what they've been doing, and they can have a little bit of play. So we've got different textures and things in here. We've got some bees, some flowers, got some face cloths, got some gunky slime, we've got a waxy cover. These are good, I do like it with ribbons. So there's a local lady to me, she's called From Tiny Seeds, and she makes these treasury baskets for me. I give her a task and she always comes through. We add some stuff through, like we've added these to it and some things like that. But these are really good, the ribbons. They're nice for the kids to watch, and they look nice in the water. But if you look, the action of making the swish side is the same as the skull. So it's good maybe for teaching the older kids how to scull if they're not quite getting it, if they're like this with the hands. You could get them just to do a little with the ribbons. So while they're looking at this stuff, I mean, you could spread it out on a mat. You could get a little container for it in the water. If it floats, let it float around. But while they're looking at that, we can go around and see each child individually to what they need. Other things you can do is we could have a float around again. I do like these mats, again they're in the description. But we could have a float around on the mats. Maybe the baby wants to try floating by themselves, and you could just get them by the octopus, the little bone at the back of the head, just with your fingers under there if they're happy. And if they're looking over into the head, if they seem really happy, just slowly lower your fingers. If they're going with your fingers, they're not ready. If they stay where they are, then they're ready. When I say they're ready, I know they're ready, but make sure that they're ready themselves. If they're looking upset or distressed about it, don't do it. It's just not worth it. There's plenty of time to learn to swim, and the main thing at this age is that they're fun and they're liking it, you know. Yeah, so that's a big week. Thank you very much. Tune in again next week. We're going to have a little mathematician week next week. Lots of things about capacity. Check out the description for any further comments. Thank you. And subscribe, please. Thank you. Bye.